Hello, my friends, and welcome back. My name is Rod, and I'm doing a video for Rob. This video is a contest entry for Northern Revolutions. Fantastic channel. He's having a contest, like I said. It's kind of a fun one that will make you think back, I guess, to when you were younger. He wants us to show 3 albums that remind us of a time and place in our life. But first, he wants us to give shout outs. Jolly Roger, fantastic channel. Please check it out. Record Talk, that's our friend Chris over Record Talk. Trent's Records, which is kind of new to me. Fantastic channel, that's Trent's Records. Nerdy Vinyl, A through Z. The North Carolina Vinyl Picker, can't forget him. And T-Cats, and I've got 2 more. Ambi, it's a young lady, wonderful channel, Ambie, Ambi. Check her out. And the last one I'm going to give is for Steve Westman. He does not need me giving him a shout out. He's out almost 2,000 subs. He's an audiophile guy. Wonderful channel. Let's get Steve Westman to 2,000. Let's do that. But this is for Northern Revolutions. Rob. He's going to have this contest. I think it's through June, 15th. So you got time. He wants us to show 3 records, but I can't do that. I'm going to show 3 different periods of my life and what brings me back to it. Minor Threat. We all know this band. I've showed this 1,000 times. Out of Rockville, Maryland. I lived in Montgomery County, lived in the same county. Tremendous influence on my youth in high school. The lead singer used to work at a local record store. And there's another punk band, Phlegm. And I was actually friends with most of the guys in this band. Phlegm out of Germantown, Maryland. Barry McAvoy went on to fame in Hollywood, actually as a writer and a bit actor. Danny Maines, not Danny Maines, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of someone else. Danny Knowles. Danny Maines was in, or is in Clutch. Of course, we all know that. But he's from Germantown, Maryland as well. These punk albums really bring me back to my youth. Suicidal Tendencies. We weren't like everyone else. Punk wasn't real popular in Montgomery County. I mean, it was. There's a big punk following, but not everybody in your high school were into that. So you kind of hung out with your own clique of people, your own friends. And I had some great friends that were into it. Barry and Dina and Val. Val, if you're watching. Karen. My friend Ben, he was a metal guy, but he hung out with the punks. He was into Kiss. Great guy. He ended up going into the Army, and he just, all my friends, they became so successful in life, and I'm so proud of all of them. But in high school, we were the punk rockers, man. It was a closed group of kids, and this music really brings me back to that time in my life. I'm going to show a couple more albums. When I was about 14, 1980, I first got this, Grateful Dead, Go to Heaven. I liked it a lot. But I got into punk and I kind of put it on the back burner. Then when this came out, I was out of high school. Frickin' cover I got starting to rip. Grateful Dead in the Dark blew me away. Started me on a Grateful Dead kick that's lasted 35 years. Went back and re-listened to this. Started just everything I could find about the Dead, going to their concerts, and just a real fun time. Young 20s, carefree as hell. And the Grateful Dead take me back to that. I had an old Plymouth Reliant, and man, I love that car. And just carefree as shit, going to every concert I could think of. We lived in the D.C. area, and it'd be nothing to go to New Jersey to see a show, or Hampton, Virginia, and this really brings me back to that part of my life. I miss Jerry Garcia. The third I'm going to show, third batch. I moved to Texas. I got a job in radio. I was the overnight shift, midnight to early morning hours. It was a long shift. Friday and Saturday nights only. The other nights they were automated. And I remember playing this band, Uncle Tupelo. And I loved Uncle Tupelo. Fantastic band, Americana to the core. Just every time I hear this, I picture myself with a frickin' Dr. Pepper in the booth playing this and playing 3 and 4 songs of theirs back to back to back because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, the program director's asleep. I drove an old beat up station wagon. It just reminds me so much of that time in my life. Other artists we were playing was Robert Earl Keen. Definitely reminds me of that. I moved up the ladder a little bit, got the evening shift, and I remember playing Jerry Jeff Walker. And one night they said, "Hey man, Jerry Jeff is playing in Luckenbach." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I gotta work, and you guys are going." And they're like, "Well, he's coming in for an interview with you about 7 o'clock tonight." So I got to interview him, and that was really cool. So that really brings me back to that time in Texas when I was just starting out. Worked my way up to music director, and it was a great career. I really miss radio, and this really brings me back to those days. So that's my entry. Sorry I showed more than 3. If you ever seen my videos before, you know it's hard for me to follow rules. I know that. I've been told that all my life. Rob at Northern Revolutions, this was for you, my friend. I really enjoy your channel, brother. I hope you have great success. Please check out the channels that I mentioned. Also, let's throw out to somebody else. Who can I throw out to? How about Randy Weaver? My boy Randy Weaver or Calico Silver. Let's get those guys up to 1,000 subs, man. Hubtunes, fantastic channel. Gary at Physical Format Disco. Actually, it's Physical Format Rock and Roll. But check his channel out too. Guys, be cool, and we'll see you next time.